Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy comes in relief for Jimmy G, and everyone's talking about how, okay, he had a good game against the Dolphins in relief of Jimmy Garoppolo, but what's this going to look like long term? What's he going to look like after they have a week? A team has a week to prepare for him. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers had a week to prepare for him, and let me tell you something. They didn't look too prepared because Brock Purdy was doing everything he wanted. Everything he wanted on that football field. Dude completed 76% of his passes, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Didn't light the world on fire with his passing, but it was precise. It was on point. The drives were all effective, and they blew him out. It was at one point 28-0. And not only right now are we talking about, hey, okay, Brock Purdy might have a chance to be the backup next year. If he continues this, because remember, the 49ers right now are in a prime place to get not only a playoff spot, but host a playoff game. They could make a run here. And if Brock Purdy keeps playing like this, you know damn well they're going to make a run. And I'm sorry, with a team this loaded and stacked on offense and defense, it really doesn't matter who you put in the quarterback. As long as they're not putrid, you're going to have a chance to make a run here. And what Brock Purdy has showed me over the past 2 weeks is that he is good enough. Right now, he is playing good enough for the 49ers to make a Super Bowl with him. And that is not saying because of him, that I'm saying that they can with him. Because this team is constructed to play hard-nosed defense, and they have weapons galore when it comes to the offense. Deebo Samuel, Kittle, McCaffrey out of the backfield. And then on top of that, Brandon Ayuk is having a career resurgence right now. They just have so much to offer any quarterback that plays for them. And honestly, if I'm the San Francisco 49ers right now, you're not just thinking about, hey, Brock Purdy might be the answer for this little run we're going on into the playoffs. You also might be thinking, if he continues to play as effective as he did today and last week against Miami, there's a chance you're thinking about, hey, maybe we have something here as far as our future starting quarterback. Because let's not kid around. As talented as Trey Lance is, and I still think he is extremely talented, he is still a bit raw. We saw that in the beginning of this year. He can make plays with his legs. He has the ability to make plays with his arms. I think he still needs to take a step in his development. But what I'm looking at when I see Brock Purdy, and granted, very small sample size in the NFL, but what I'm looking at when I see Brock Purdy is a guy who is not afraid of the moment. A guy who's not afraid he keeps his eyes downfield. That's the biggest thing. For a guy who hasn't had as much experience or snaps as he's had, what shocked me the most is this guy's getting chased and his eyes are completely downfield and he's ready to make that big throw. That's not something you get every day from every day 3 draft pick. That's something you get from a person who's been in the league for a very long time. And Brock Purdy offers you that right now. Again, this is not me saying that Trey Lance has been replaced as the future of the 49ers. But if we're being honest here, this is a team that has just won 6 games in a row. They looked, you could argue, as good as they've ever looked the entire year with this 35-7 victory over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And if he continues to do that, because if we're being honest here, like the San Francisco 49ers right now, like they don't have that tough of a schedule down the stretch. Like their toughest game is against the Seahawks next week on Thursday night. And honestly, are we really like Are we really talking about the Seahawks the same way we were a few weeks ago after they've lost the 3 in a row? Not the San Francisco 49ers could very well win out. End the season, I believe, like 12 they're gonna end the season probably 13-4, if that's the case. And Brock Purdy will be undefeated as a starter. And there's a realistic chance. They got the Seahawks, the Commanders, the Raiders, and close the season at home against the Cardinals. That is not hard. That is not a hard stretch for this team. And at the end of the day, guys, this is a what have you done for me lately business. A business. And if I'm the 49ers and Brock Purdy's playing like he's playing now, I'm keeping Trey Lance on the roster. Don't get me wrong. But I'm not going to go out there and claim that it's Trey Lance's job outright when I have a guy who's likely going to take me on a run here. And again, this is all dependent. I understand there's a lot of subjectivity to this. There's a lot of dependability on what happens in the future. But based on what we see now, this guy looks good. He looks ready for the moment. Looks pretty good. I had to make the joke, but hit that like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell if you haven't already.